Welcome to PlayNation's Issue 13 DVD. To kick off, here's your first ever look at Driver 3. The first Driver title was one of PS1's biggest games. Driver 2 was a bit overambitious though, so we hope Driver 3 will redress the balance. This is a teaser trailer showing some of the environments you'll get to bomb around in. There's a quick shot of leading man Tanner in here too. As long as this plays as good as it looks, it's bound to be stunning. Watch out for in-game footage real soon.
I feel so good, I feel so numb, yeah!
NHL Hits 2003 is the latest in the series of over-the-top sports games such as Red Card and NBA Jam. It's a much more arcadey game than most hockey titles, with loads of violence, stupid special effects like flaming players, and goals by the dozen. In this new version there'll be more tutorials and mini-games, even more real hockey players, and a much deeper single-player career mode.
I feel so bad, I feel so numb, yeah! Where do I run? What have I done? I feel so good, I feel so numb, yeah!
There are 2 Lord of the Rings games out soon. Electronic Arts have an action game based on the first 2 movies, but this is Vivendi Universal's version of the Fellowship of the Ring. It's based on the book, not the film. There's no gameplay footage here, but you will get to play as Gandalf, Frodo and Aragorn from a first-person perspective. The good thing is that the bits cut from the film are still in here, so if you've ever wanted to dance merrily with Tom Bombadil, this is for you. Ape Escape 2. There's monkeys, there's pants, there's monkeys in pants. What more do you need? This is the sequel to the classic simian snatching game on PS1. The idea is simple but addictive. Catch the deviant monkeys in your magic net. Watch this footage closely and you'll catch a glimpse of monkey boxing and monkey football, but not a sight of monkey tennis. This game is so funny it may turn out to be mankind's greatest achievement. Well, we did say may. Jurassic Park must have been built really badly because all the dinosaurs got out. I think you could do a better job. Project Genesis gives you the chance to build your own dino theme park. You'll also get to fight your prehistoric pets in 12 combat missions. You can even wander around the park you've built. No news on whether Phil Collins is in it.
What you got coming? What you got?
This is Gravity Games Bike Street vs Dirt, and it's a case of crazy name, crazy game. A lot of time has been invested in motion capturing real bikers and getting everything looking like it does in real life. There's 10 courses and the bikers can pull off 1,400 motion captured tricks, apparently. With more of an urban feel than any other recent extreme games, this could be a real crowd pleaser.
Jumping in a freaky flying plane. It's more than just a game.
Freaky Flyers is a bit like a kart game, but with an obvious difference. Yes, instead of your cartoony characters racing around a flat track, they've taken to the air to fly around 25 mad courses. It's not all racing though. There's a stunt flying mode and mini-games to test your aerial skills. In an adventurous twist, you can expect dogfighting and boss battles as well.
The pulse brought the nation to its knees. In the fear and weakness that followed, the military began aggressively researching new types of weapons. Weapons that would forever change humanity. I was one of those weapons. Created in a lab, raised as a soldier, fearless and lethal. I and others like me escaped our prison, and so I live in this post-pulse world.
Dark Angel is based on James Cameron's TV series recently shown on Sky. You play as Max, a genetically enhanced super soldier who escapes from the lab and hides in the urban underground. The emphasis is on lightning-fast fights. With a load of other mutant kids running around, there's a lot of rucking to be done.
Trying to understand who I am. And how I can belong.
Ratchet & Clank is the latest platformer from Insomniac, the makers of PS1's popular Spyro series. It's already looking extremely tasty, with massive science fiction style environments, a whole host of gadgets provided by transforming robot Clank, and even a few RPG elements to boot. Defender's a brand new 3D version of the classic coin-op. Like in the original, you don't just shoot aliens, you rescue humans from their clutches as they try and transport them away. As you travel from planet to planet, you'll need to defend human bases with the help of ground-based attack vehicles. There's even a two-player cooperative mode. Sly Raccoon is Sony's latest adventure. It's being described as the first toon-shaded game, whatever that is. Expect huge, gorgeous-looking levels, imaginative puzzles, and yes, a stealth element. Sly's techno-thievery adventure looks to be one of the top cartoon games to look out for towards the end of the year. Here's the great-looking Rain of Fire. Huge fire-breathing dragons have taken over the Earth. Using the last of humanity's military might, it's your job to wipe them out. There's 8 separate breeds of dragon to defeat, all of which have individual strengths and powers. Some are land-based, while others launch vicious aerial attacks, including picking up objects and dropping them onto enemies. If you're feeling vicious, you can even play as a dragon trying to frazzle the humans. Starting out as a young beast, you'll gain abilities as you age and progress through the game. Check out our movie section for the trailer of the film. It's a scorcher. Experiment 626 stars Disney's newest hero, Stitch, the star of the big summer movie Lilo and Stitch. He may look like a fluffy blue koala with 6 limbs, but he's an experimental mega weapon with the power to destroy cities. In this, he's trying to escape the mad laboratory he's been trapped in. Expect platforming larks aplenty, with Stitch's ability to climb walls and kill anything that moves being used to the full. Enter the Dragonfly is Spyro's first outing on PS2. Someone's stolen all the dragonflies that give the dragons their power, so Spyro's got to get them back. Levels range from sunny beaches to the snowy wilderness. Spyro's powers have improved since the popular PS1 games. He now spews bubbles and ice power, as well as his trademark fiery breath. You'll also get much bigger environments and more vehicles for Spyro to pilot. If your idea of reckless driving is not checking your rearview mirror at every junction, wait until you see this. Previously an Xbox exclusive, Reckless is now a destructive with some unique features. You can arm your vehicles to blow a path through traffic, and you can run over pedestrians, something you couldn't do in the original. There's even a mission inspired by the movie Speed. Pop quiz, Hotshot. Are you up to the challenge? Find out later this year. The Second Runner is the sequel to the excellent futuristic robot fighting game from Hideo Kojima, the man behind Metal Gear Solid. It's set years after the last adventure and again features the huge orbital frame Jehuti, which can now lock on and destroy tens of metal foes at once. Zoe 2 promises to be much deeper than the original game, as well as featuring many more battle locations, such as Mars and Jupiter's moon Callisto. Yeah, we know this trailer starts out slow, but stick with it.
お前は
In a minute, all hell will break loose, and there's some great in-game footage of these metal angels in action. Kojima apparently wanted the game to really stretch the PS2 with dazzling anime effects and lighting. Check out our exclusive footage. You won't see this anywhere else for quite some time.
ここ半年で火星の事情は大きく変わったわ。バフラムが火星各カウンティの武力制圧を開始したの。地球の圧政に対する火星解放の動きがついに表面化した。今バフラムの戦力は圧倒的よ。連合軍は必死の抵抗したけど、戦争ってほどのものさえ起こらなかった。火星圏がバフラムのものになるまであっという間だったわ。バフラムの軍事要塞を落とさなきゃならないのは私たちも同じよ。その兵器が必要なの。
ほら死んだんじゃないのか。
あなたは今失った心肺機能を機械で補ってるわ。つまりあなたはジェフティを降りたら死ぬのよ。
ジェフティをバフラムの手に渡すわけにはいかない。
あなたですね、両ステンバック。
ジェフティを失いたくないんだ。
ジェフティ。
お前バイオラか。
人の命が軽い世の中だ。死んだはずの男がよみがえる。アヌビスの一撃で何万もの人が死ぬ。強い者が生き残る。人類はやっと自然の摂理を手にしたわけだ。
勝てるかどうかはランナー次第だ。
私は全てを破壊するために作られた。共鳴反応です。
共鳴？
アヌビスです。
生きていたとは。ディン、その機体を返してもらおう。戻れディン、戻れ。お前は好きだ。
必ずアマンを止めて。
もし俺がこいつを止めたら地球は二度と火星に口出しするな。
見ろ、これがメタトロンの石だ。
Lara Croft is finally back from the dead. This is the first in-game footage of the curvy heroine's forthcoming title, The Angel of Darkness. Developers Core Design want this adventure to be more sinister than previous installments. Lara has been framed for a murder in Paris and has to go on the... All her familiar moves are back. Lara can also learn better abilities as she progresses, including a few that look borrowed from Metal Gear Solid. Hopefully this will be the reinvention that fans of the Tomb Raider series are screaming out for. Stuntman is a thrills and spills driving game from the developers of the excellent Driver series and is looking mighty fine. Just check out all these awesome crashes. You can also spot some of the trailers for the mocked up films you'll be starring in, as well as the huge variety of vehicles. Our favourite happens to be the nimble little tuk-tuk that skips across the city roofs. Well, okay, we're lying. It's the massive monster truck. It's out now in the States, but we don't have long to wait. Stuntman will be leaping onto UK shelves in September.
Fragilistic when we drop and go ballistic.
Shattered Soldier is an update of Konami's Contra shoot-'em-up games that ruled the arcades in the 80s. Wave after wave of enemies attack you as you run across the screen, and you lay them to waste with a fearsome selection of firepower. That's the basic gist, and it's even more fun if you recruit a mate to play in the cooperative mode. As you can see, it's got a lot better looking with age.
Pot City, capital of the Commonwealth. Once a flourishing metropolis, it has been decimated by war, poverty, and a brutal dictatorship. Now, an elite squad of soldiers embarks on a secret mission of vengeance, rebellion, and elimination. But this mission to end a life will have untold consequences. And for one member of the squad, it is the beginning of a journey that will change everything he's come to believe.
Red Faction 2 is the explosive sequel to the Mars-based first-person shooter that allowed you to blast huge holes in walls and scenery. However, this time the action takes place on Earth, with you playing the role of soldier and demolition expert battling against an evil dictator. At least you get support from a squad of equally tooled up freedom fighters. Graphics have been improved, there are more vehicles to commandeer, and now you can take on enemies with 2 guns at once. Yep, Red Faction 2 should really make the Earth move on its release later this year.
Red Faction 2.
THQ.
The famous finishing moves will be more gross than ever before. The very playable mech fighting game Armored Core 2 Another Age is about to hit the shops, but here's a sneak preview of its successor, Armored Core 3. This is a game for those who like to tinker. You can customize your massive fighting mech in literally hundreds of different ways, then send it into battle against other tooled up walking tanks. We'll keep an electronic eye on this one. Activate! Haven has been in development for 3 years and has been a real labour of love for developers Traveller's Tales. In this ambitious third-person adventure, you play as Haven. He's a young adventurer who has the task of saving his entire race from destruction. What's unique about the game is the ability to walk about on a planet's surface, then get into a spaceship, leave the atmosphere and take part in spectacular space battles seamlessly. If Haven manages to successfully blend all the different gameplay styles, publishers Midway could have a mighty big hit on their hands. Superfly guy Ricky Carmichael returns to our screens in the sequel to MX 2002. This new motocross title features 25 tracks, a host of minigames like pizza delivery and freestyle and race modes. This time there's also a stunt track editor to construct some crazy trick arenas.
Burn up the quick estate, they ain't really scared enough. Mob through, flared up for green chips, make this machine flip, tear it up. Swollen lips, broken hips, fight through the hustle state. Broken bones, broken homes, still we resuscitate. Smash, bash, crash, lash, trash. Oh my. Smash, bash, crash, lash, trash. Superfly. Cuss and hate, tussle fate, we control the thrust rate. Represent constituents whenever you negotiate. We the engine and ignition, kissing you with malnutrition, giving us the camshaft. We finna blow a piston, feel that upholstery. Made it cotton hosiery. Lean back, mash the gas, do it like it's supposed to be. Nationally or locally, stopping them from choking me. Jump in the driver's seat and scream out vocally. Hold on tight, babe. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Don't take you for a ride.
Superfly. Hi, I'm Geoff Brown, and I'm staff writer on PlayNation.
I'm Dean Scott, and I'm the reviews editor of PlayNation.
So Freakstar then, it's really only warmed over SSX, isn't it, with bikes?
The thing is, it's easy to say that, it's because it's kind of crazy, rad, idiot people that shout and like twisty tracks that are like someone's colon, but
Exactly.
but I enjoy it a lot more, you know. I never really got into the whole snowboarding thing, but you know, people on motorbikes, that's just cooler.
The thing is, you can't just adapt one particular model of racing which worked really, really well for snowboards and then just decide that it's going to work equally well for something completely different.
The thing is, it's not the same thing at all, because it's not just a downhill course, you know, it's a circuit with up bits and down bits, and you've got these bikes that have got motors. And I think the biggest change over SSX is the fact you have to control the speed of the bike when you're going over bumps. It's important to catch your landing on the downslope of the bump so you retain speed. And it's adding another dimension of gameplay on top of SSX. It's not just about trick, go faster, use boost. You've also got to take into consideration the environment that you're racing on to try and keep the speed up.
Yeah, I mean, I have a problem with the whole trick thing as well on bikes, because with a board you can move the board around quite a lot. With a bike, all you can really do is step off the bike and assume a position, then get back on the bike in the air and then carry on.
That's cool, because you can kick your feet in the sky and it looks awesome.
Yeah, that's the one trick you can do on a bike though, isn't it?
No, you can stand on the seat and you can hang onto the handlebars and go off the back. You can hold them with one finger and flail your legs around, or you can stand on your hand. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is, you know, you build tricks to build boosts, and that's the same as SSX. There's a second half, like the freak meter that you build up, and every time you land a stunt you do that. And when you max that out, like the back wheel catches fire and you basically go off like a rocket, and then it's a question of trying to keep busting stunts while you're in that window of freak for 10 seconds. And each time you land a stunt, the time goes back up again. And that's the difference between winning and losing races, basically, is how long you can get your freak on.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that you can't really compare it to the other MX games out there, like MX Rider and MX 2000.
The thing is, they're all really, really boring, and Freakstar it's got the excitement of SSX. Okay, it's not the most original thing in the world, but I reckon there are people that are going to prefer this to SSX, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You just aren't going to get in GT3. There's all the dream cars that the developers have kind of tuned up themselves, like rally spec, new mini and stuff like that. So I think the thing that really disappointed me was the fact that it's only got 5 courses. I think the important thing is just to know what you're actually buying. You know, you're not buying a bona fide sequel to GT3. You're buying, you know, essentially
Hi, I'm Jamie Sefton. I'm the Deputy Editor of PlayNation.
Hello, I'm Geoff Brown, and I'm PlayNation's staff writer.
Men in Black 2.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
It's alright, actually. I was very pleasantly surprised. Usually when you get a game that uses a film license, it's usually a bit pants, but this works very nicely, I think.
There are some licenses that just get made into games no matter what they're like, and this is one of them. So there's no reason why it should have been good. But what they seem to have done is decided to go for a really good old-fashioned shooter, and they've made something that's really, really impulsive to play. It's dead easy to pick up.
It's very simple, isn't it? It's just straightforward, just blasting things.
Kill mini an alien, and no one cries. And it's surprisingly tough at times as well, because there's hordes of aliens bearing down on you all the time, and you're just constantly shooting.
You're constantly hitting the X button, blast, blast, blast. It reminds me of those old kind of Bitmap Brothers games like Xenon and things, where you kind of just endless kind of waves and waves of aliens that you can shoot. But I mean, it is very old school, actually. The very fact it's kind of got a button where you can do quick sort of turnarounds and things and blast aliens behind you, and there's a smart bomb as well that kills everything, which is very useful.
In fact, I'm surprised because it made me realise how little I've had to hammer the X button in recent games. Usually you either hold it down or you press it very carefully at times, but this one you're just like banging away at it, and not since the days of wrestling games have we seen something that makes you hammer the
it's great. I mean, it's good fun. What do you think of the control system? Because I found it a bit odd. In Max Payne you've got the two analog sticks and you can move it about a bit like a first-person shooter. But with this you've got the R1 and L1, haven't you, to move sort of straight left and right.
It really is odd at first, but then you wouldn't want this game to try and be a kind of posh first-person shooter, because it would end up being rubbish, and something like horrible.
I think it helps in the game mechanics, isn't it? Because it's very light. The old school kind of, it's almost like Space Invaders.
Exactly, the L1 and R1
moving left and right and shooting stuff. It's
strangely like Space Invaders, in fact, because they are Space Invaders. Hey! Although I have to say, the characters in the game, well, you look more like Will Smith than the guy in there did. But yeah, I really
a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hello, I'm John Hamblin, and I'm the disc editor for PlayNation magazine.
Hi, I'm Steve O'Hagan. I'm a freelance writer.
Project Zero is a survival horror style adventure game set in a large mansion. You play the role of Miku, a tiny mini-skirted Japanese schoolgirl, and you're basically investigating the disappearance of your brother, who has vanished into the haunted house mere weeks before.
On first inspection, if you look at the game, especially from screenshots and other artwork, it doesn't appear to be much different from Resident Evil or that kind of thing. The backgrounds, although they're fully 3D, they look more or less pre-rendered. Its original side is shown in the camera, which is your only weapon against the ghostly hordes which are attacking you.
Taking photographs of the ghosts takes them out of commission, basically. So you have to be quite a snappy snapper to kill them off quick and before they deck you. We can both agree, though, that it has quite a distinctive visual style to the game in terms of the way they've used black and white cutscenes and clever use of filters and that sort of thing on the images.
Yeah, definitely there's some good sides visually here. Certainly the lighting is really good. The way the torch interacts with everything that you cast the beam on casts a shadow or illuminates or lights up naturally enough, and that plays a big part in creating the scary atmosphere of the whole game.
Because it is a scary game, isn't it? Certainly I found it quite shocking. At least twice I jumped out of my seat. There's a bit where the camera comes behind you and suddenly somebody runs up some stairs and you just see their feet, which quite scared me.
Yeah, all classic horror film devices, but nothing wrong with using them in a game. I think it is a scary game up to a point, but only up to a point, because to make you jump is not necessarily the hardest of things to do in terms of a horror film or a horror game, but to make you genuinely scared is another thing altogether. The way I look at it is that if this was a film, I don't think I'd be scared by this film. Whereas maybe, I'm a big Silent Hill fan, and if that was a film, that'd probably scare the bejesus out of me.
To a certain extent, though, the Silent Hill games, I found them kind of a bit obtuse in terms of the storyline and that sort of thing. Whereas I think this one is more, they were just trying to make a basic haunted house game. That's all they've really set out to do, and I think they've done that pretty well.
Frontline may be a bombastic retelling of World War II events, but it's rock hard, so maybe invincibility and infinite ammo might help. Pause the game and press square L1, circle R1, triangle L2, select and R2, and you'll have activated invincibility. But wait, there's more. Pause the game again and press circle L2, square L1, select R2, triangle and select, and you'll have infinite ammo. You can now wade through the game guns blazing without any fear of getting shot and no need to reload. Roller skating may not be up there in the coolness stakes with skateboarding, but there's a lot of fun to be had with this game. Go to the cheats entry screen on the options menu and enter the classic Konami cheat. That's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA and hit N. This will unlock all of the levels for you to bust moves off.
Is there something more than what I've been handed? I've been crawling in the dark, looking for the answer.
Also, try down, right, down, left, down, right to unlock all the skaters, including a few wacky characters like the Golden Goddess
How much further do I have to go?
and a fish out of water diver.
How much longer till
Austin Powers style shenanigans abound in Monolith's cheeky Spy Blaster, and a level skip could be the answer to your prayers. At the main menu, hold down the two analog sticks, L3 and R3, and hit X. This will unlock a mission select menu, meaning you can select any level you like. The game features such a wide selection of locations, from aircraft to castles, that you'll probably just enjoy checking them all out. Red cards are mad, over-the-top football game, but it also answers that important question: who would be better at football, apes or dolphins? To find out, start a new game and enter your name as Big Tank. This will unlock all teams, including the apes and the dolphins. You can now settle the age-old debate with mad skills and bullet time goals. Eat it.
desires a sword, and a sword desires truth. Battle 1, fight!
The first Soul Calibur game was a massive hit on Dreamcast. The outrageous weaponry is back in the highly anticipated sequel, as this arcade footage shows. The arcade technology is very similar to PlayStation 2 hardware, so the console version should look a lot like this. Watch out for all-new character Cassandra, Sophitia's little sister. She's the only character who gets to use both a sword and a shield. Anyway, sit back, relax, and watch these incredible battles.
Men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside.
20 years ago, a low-budget horror flick called The Thing burst out of cinemas, terrifying all who saw it. With a new game based on the film imminent, we asked the movie's director, John Carpenter, what the secret of the film's success was.
In The Thing, we decided to bring it right out in the light and show it to you.
Like my dad always said, if you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself.
It's funny and yet sick at the same time. I hadn't seen that before.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, Then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
Set after the film's ambiguous ending, the game looks like it will be an interesting extension to the story, with many clever gameplay devices. The difference between this and other survival horror games is that the Thing can assume any shape, including humans. So everyone's a suspect, including you. You'll have to earn the trust of your companions to stop them attacking you, running away or committing suicide. The game's certainly shaping up into a ferociously gory experience and is sure to cause a few letters by horrified parents. But with scary action this intense, who cares?
Game over, Whitley.
This game is just beginning.
Creature has been awakened that has lain dormant for millions of years. A species older than the dinosaurs and more terrifying than anything we could have imagined.
How did they go from 1 to 1 million in less than a year?
Highly evolved.
They have great vision in the day. They have even better vision at night.
Extremely intelligent.
He's playing hide and seek. More like cat and mouse.
Unbelievably powerful.
2 glands in the mouth secrete separate chemicals.
Combine an exhalation, natural napalm.
Good luck.
Now, one will protect them.
We have to hang on, work together.
And one will lead them.
There's nothing magical about it. They're made of flesh and blood. You take out their heart, you bring down the beast.
We found out where they started. We're going to London.
Vertical one up.
The plan is set.
1,600 yards, closing fast.
The arsenal has been assembled.
Get ready to rock and roll. For each other!
And they've got one chance to take back their world. Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale. Reign of Fire.
We've never outgrown our fear of them. But now, they have outgrown us.
We gotta get out of here, they're coming! Our town is being attacked by giant spiders.
Get ready for a whole new spin of terror.
Hey, Spidey!
Thank you. 8-legged freaks. He's cool under pressure. And always in control. He's one brother who works undercover.
Whoa, we want
It ain't no thing.
But when a dangerous criminal needs to be stopped,
Get me undercover, brother!
he's the one to call.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Blackness confirmed. You got sold.
His mission to infiltrate the enemy.
It's gonna be a very dangerous assignment. You're gonna have to think and act just like an uptight white man with a country club membership.
May I help you?
Jackson. Anton Jackson. And no, I'm not one of the Jackson 5.
It's time to unleash our secret weapon.
Wow,
I call it Black Man's Kryptonite.
What the hell?
Penelope Snow, would you like to be my friend? What are you doing with that girl?
Nothing relaxes a brother after a hard day of going undercover like a little piece of...
Now, he's taking it to the streets. And taking it to the sheets.
What happened to you?
He had sex with a white girl, that's what.
Oh, was it everything I dreamed of?
Excuse me?
No, man, you can't be doing that.
That's white she-devil.
Get him!
Come on, baby, come on!
From Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment.
Damn, that girl gets some rain.
Comes a brother.
Oh, that ain't right.
Like no other.
Ow! I feel good.
Eddie Griffin is.
You mess with the fro, you got to go.
Undercover brother.
Would you stop fooling around?
People have found you guilty of 123 counts of first-degree murder and 123 counts of unauthorized travel to parallel universes.
There's never been anything like what I have become.
For these crimes, you have been sentenced to life without the possibility of return.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Freeze! He's escaping!
There's only one place he could be going.
Not a problem.
What if there was a killer traveling through parallel universes and he looked just like you?
The good news is, you're not crazy. The bad news. Before I saw him, I felt him. It was me.
What if he would stop at nothing to take over your world?
Each time he kills one of you, the energy divides among the survivors.
He's close to you, lost strength.
Maybe it's part of what's been going on with you. When people get older, Gabe, they don't get stronger, they don't get faster all of a sudden.
If we kill him, this whole universe could go with him. I just need to do it one more time. This is the only way to stop him. My own design. Yeah, that'll work too. Miss me?
The one